cards different from Jab's list.
Wow.
Which is a really significant difference as far as Hunter's concerned. In Jab, this is a guy who, he's top 25 on ladder a lot. He was at stage 2 of BlizzCon. He was top 16 in A. Honestly, it's very subtle because you look at it and you're like, I see all these cards all the time, but it's just a very different build with a different game plan in mind on how to actually kill your opponent instead of just, the typical run to your face and hope to get the job done. But this matchup, this is something else that Chakki's been playing a lot, and it's not exactly up his alley at the moment. This guy was not known for his control-oriented play whatsoever as far as the last year of Hearthstone is concerned, but he's going to have to open up because GVG, frankly, is really quashing the ability to just be outright all in on your opponent and hope to get the job done. So Warrior versus Paladin is going to be the matchup. And a pretty good start here from Ek0p, I'd say. Fiery War Axe, obviously a card you always want. And on Chakki's side of the board, of course, no surprise to see cards like Haunted Creeper. You're going to see Knife Juggler in here. Pretty much your standard Paladin stuff. Hope to get control of the board and apply enough pressure. And this is a matchup, I think, where Warrior typically will struggle, but not really with openings like this.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, that's honestly kind of the way it goes for Warrior. It's like it can struggle against these classes that can really put on a lot of pressure early on, but I mean, you kind of completely take away their ability to do so when you have a start like this. I mean, Fiery War Axe alone is incredibly strong, but Fiery War Axe, you'll follow that up with Armor Smith. I mean, there's not really a good turn here from you can Cog Hammer and clear this up, but you're giving your opponent 3 armor and you're trading in your board to do it. But it looks like it's pretty much the only play, unless he just wants a token pass, and I don't think he's gonna want to do that. So.
Yep, I imagine this armor's just gonna get taken out. So like you said, giving your opponent some armor in the meantime. You're buffing up your dudes.
Wow.
He's gonna chip away at armor here, so he's gonna leave the dirty work to his opponent. This is something that I think Chakki does really well, is recognize these spots where he's not risking a ton by going for face here. But I mean, Ek0p does have he has another way to help deal with these tokens here, but I think this is a pretty good start. This board's gonna get cleared up, like you said. And wow, he's going to keep the Cruel Taskmaster too. So I think this is
just
actually
didn't want to play it into Cog Hammer. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty smart.
So this is going to be a second charge of the Cog Hammer being used here. He's going to try to juggle right away. So aggression again. This is really the name of the game as far as Chakki's concerned.
Oh, and he gets it.
Yep.
So it gives him a little bit extra damage. Obviously, you're not going to waste that 1 damage. Not the biggest of deals, but can definitely matter.
Yeah, maximizing is important in a game like this. You only have you have what you draw, and if you get more out of what you draw, that's obviously the kind of scenario that you want to be in. So, Cog Hammer is going to chew through this last minion here, and then Ek0p's going to be left a Sludge Belcher to hope to get the job done. But man, Chakki has got a lot of mid-game power here behind Quartermaster and behind a True Silver Champion. This might be enough damage to give him the pressure he needs to scale into Tyrion safely.
Yeah. Certainly does have some pretty good mid game power, but at the same time, it's like 2 of his minions are Quartermaster, and he has no tokens on the board. And I mean, will we see the return of the 5 mana Quartermaster with no buffs?
Yeah, that was something we saw Faramir do that in Tavern Takeover. He played Quartermaster on a board where he wanted a 2/5 body instead of a 1/1 token, and he ended up almost winning that game because he played a Quartermaster instead of making a token.
I think sometimes it's one of those things that you have to be able to do. You have to be able to make those tough decisions. I don't know what he's going to draw. This just looks to me like you just drop the True Silver. True Silver token. I mean, maybe you can juggle into it. If you juggle, then you don't even have to trade a minion into it. And not going to get it, but still not a big deal. And you can just trade in his 1/1s to be able to clear up this and the token and keep his 3/2 alive. But I guess, do you think there's much chance that he actually doesn't trade them both in to save save 4? Yeah, okay, so he's actually going to prioritize keeping that alive, and it's pretty smart with 2 Quartermasters in hand. I mean, you have the potential to token Quartermaster next turn and get a very powerful turn.
Sylvanas, this is a really clear Sylvanas turn. If you're fading a Silence here, this is almost always going to get value. It's going to apply some pressure to the board, but that 1/1 taunt, it's a bit of a nuisance right now because Sylvanas, it can't attack directly into that Knife Juggler like he wants it to. Sylvanas gets picked up on the other side of the board. And this is, again, where options get open. Does he want a Quartermaster? He's going to go for Quartermaster here. You got to start using these when you have a chance. So he's playing right into Brawl, but frankly, I don't think he has a way to play around it at this point, and he's just kind of got to go for it. And hope for the best. this also plays around Baron Geddon too. So this is pretty much exactly the spot I think he wanted to be in. And just look at how much damage is coming across this board. My gosh, I mean, this is like brawl or lose is what it's looking at. I mean, just count how much is here. Sylvanas, again, it has to attack into this 1/1, so he's facing down 12, 14. This is 16 damage he's facing down.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my god.
To be able to stabilize a little bit. Wow, that spite was so important right now. But again, still facing down a ton of damage here. He
doesn't have a way for his Sylvanas to actually die anyway.
Yeah,
so I mean, even if he takes out 3, that's still 11 damage, and he has it's lethal because he has the weapon charge.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, this is 15 damage.
Yeah,
just like lethal. That, this game is going to be over. Just that little bit of extra damage. We talked about how it's like pretty nice that he's getting an extra point of damage here and there, but that 2 extra damage he picked up is literally the difference between having 1 over lethal and potentially not having had lethal this game. So really making the most out of everything here, and just no brawl from E0p's side of the board. Too much pressure from the Paladin. This is the stuff that Hearthstone. Even if you can keep the tokens in check, you still have to worry about muster for battle and a quartermaster in the same turn.
Yeah, and there was no way that E0p could have done something to keep them in check, more than he did. So, I think it was definitely, well played game there by Chakki. But Chakki definitely doing well so far. Already up a game. Is going to be going up against the Priest, and Priest is not really something I've seen too much of in GVG, but definitely has the potential to do pretty well.
Yeah, he missed a really big turn 2 here, by the way, not healing his opponent and then threatening him with the light. That is really going to cost him.
Anything. I was like,
really going to cost him in this long game here. I mean, this is the reason that Chakki was able to see True Silver Champions, because he wasn't distracted by the miss of that little bit of BM there. So both of these Dark Cultists going to get threatened here. He does have a copy of Power Word Shield, so good stuff for him. He can force him to use the Knife Juggler in the second one as well, but again, a really big missed opportunity.
Massive missed opportunity. But man, one might even call it huge. But anyway, it's definitely a bit of a rough start. I mean, Dark Cult is definitely a powerful card, but you really want to be getting the Death Rattle from it. And I mean, that's when it really starts to get massive value, but I'm not going to be able to do it. And okay, so he's just going to Peacekeeper. Let's keep his Knife Juggler alive, and he's going to hit the juggle, which actually didn't want, unfortunately. I mean, it doesn't really matter, I don't think, in this case, but still.
That's a missed point of damage, man. That always matters.
It could. Yep. That's true.
Wow, good stuff here from E0p, though. A lot of strong responses.
Yeah.
I'm going to forego Shadow Madness, and I would tend to agree. I think Sludge Belcher is probably a bigger piece of development. He could save onto the Sludge Belcher, though, to make sure that he Power Word shields that. I don't mind that either. Shadow Madness, it's just so much value. Like, do you want to pass that up?
And I mean, I think the thing is, you have to be worried about, like, does he have muster for battle with the Knife Juggler? Can you afford to give him, like, 4 juggles next turn, right? Like, I think that's what he's thinking about when he does kill that off, like, because it's such a tough position to be in. Like, if all the juggles are landing properly, you can lose your minions to nothing.
Yeah, this is going to be Ironbeak Owl for sure. I mean, Sylvanas is basically the reason that Ironbeak Owl is in every single deck. But the real reason it's in every single deck is because it answers Sylvanas and a bunch of other stuff. But Sylvanas is still a pretty good reason in its own right to run Ironbeak Owl, I think. So Death Rattle really going to be checked here, and pretty strong board position from Chakki. Vol'jin gets picked up. Vol'jin's not a ton of value here yet, though, so this is going to be held on to for a little bit.
Do you think he just cabals that owl or anything like that? Do you think?
I still tend to favor Sludge Belcher here, because now what's happening is you have a 5/5 body on the board that you're working with, right? So you start to heal this, and you're going to be able to keep your opponent's board in check, and that Holy Nova going to be able to clear out everything that's left over, and then continue to heal your Sylvanas back up. So big pressure. Yeah,
that's
here.
where Priest really starts to get the value.
Yeah, big pressure from E0p, despite the fact that his fantastic start was checked by Chakki. And man, this is a tough spot to go with here. I mean, he's gonna be able to chew through this, but E0p did exactly, I think, what he needed to play against a pretty much up to this point what I would consider a close to a perfect range from Chakki. Second True Silver Champion, almost exactly what he needed to get this job done. So ends up with a favorable board. But again, E0p, he's got ways to clear it out. He's got Cabal Shadow Priest to back himself up. He's got Vol'jin for big threats later on.
And I mean, he does have a, he's gonna have a board, but his board is gonna be a Haunted Creeper plus whatever he gets from the death battle, so it's nothing too threatening. Ooh, that's one of the best ones you can get though. Like that is a really good draw. Well, not a draw, but death rattle, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Really good rattle. It's a really good rattle there. But at the same time, very easy to answer with the Akanai Soul Priest. And
Power Word Shield really key here too. This is going to protect this this Akanai Soul Priest for another turn.
Oh wow, Smite.
Yep, Vol'jin Smite. There it is.
Yeah.
Look at that golden Vol'jin too.
Looks pretty sweet, man. I mean, Vol'jin. Plus, if you can keep your Soul Priest alive, Vol'jin Soul Priest is just as good. Yep. Like that's really really strong.
Spared no expense by E0p.
He spared a few expenses. He doesn't have the Golden Cabal.
Wow. Everyone tweet to him right now. Let him know how upset you are.
It's really gross, to be honest. I'm pretty mad about it. But anyway, we are going to see.
Sylvanas is a problem, though. This is this is a big deal right now. This is almost certainly going to get some sort of value out of it in terms of the death rattle. I mean, this is the reason why Ironbeak Owl is so important. I mean, imagine if E0p had Ironbeak Owl here.
Maybe he'll steal one. Let's see.
Just thought steal. Yeah, just why not? Get the other Ironbeak Owl. I think he's going to thought steal Tyrion and Equality. That's what I think he's going to get.
Those would be some good cards to get.
What if thought steal could steal the same card? Like it could just steal 2 Tyrions.
Yeah.
Yep. Trolled in highlights for days.
That would be good, man. Oh wow, those are some damn good ones.
I was really close though. Lotheb Defender of Arcs is basically Tyrion Equality.
Basically 2 Tyrions. Basically the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see him sacrifice his own
Holy Nova. Yeah.
No. Holy Nova is like I wouldn't be surprised to see him sacrifice this. And I don't think he's thrilled about it, but this is really one of the
Holy Nova will kill off his own dude.
Oh, yeah, okay. So he's going to go for Smite here instead. So this means he wants to develop his Northshire Cleric. He wants to get the other charge of that True Silver out of the way. Wow, he's actually just going to pass. God. He's going to take the damage and hope to heal up afterwards. And speaking of Tyrion, the man of the hour himself, and this is going to be Quartermaster Holy Nova. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I don't like this play is because of Quartermaster. And suddenly this board position has become a nightmare for E0p.
No kidding, man. That is just brutal.
Wow, and then he draws.
The circle of healing after his Agni is just sitting on the other side, just giving him the finger. Oh, man, that is brutal. Oh, he can actually Cabal it back. Or no, he can't. Never mind. He can. It's only 2 and under.
Shadow Madness, on the other hand.
Yeah. That would be hilarious, man. If he Shadow Madness and wow, that would have been great.
So Defender Warrior is going to be able to, kind of help stave off what's going on here, but I think a little bit of a missed opportunity.
Yeah, certainly. And I mean that can happen. I mean sometimes you get a little bit greedy. You want to get that big clear. You want to get even more value from it, but it's not going to be able to in this case. And it's going to put him in a really tough spot with a lot of follow up for this as well. It's not like Chakki's hand is really kind of petering out here. It's still looking very very strong.
Yeah, 100%. Important to sacrifice this Cabal first before you use True Silver Champions. That way you don't take 2 damage from the heal instead.
Yeah, I would have taken the 2 damage. I would have thought about that.
Just totally would have missed it. What did my True Silver... I'm posting on Reddit about this. This game is bugged.
Dear Reddit. Today, I got screwed in Hearthstone.
Have you seen the Mistress of Pain Akanai videos?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
those are the greatest. Where the guy just doesn't realize what's going on, and then 26 points of damage, and he realizes he's just dead.
Yeah, I saw Artosis posting on Twitter. I think about it being bugged and stuff like that.
Chakki gonna go straight for face here, so gonna play a little bit into the Holy Nova clear, but I think Tyrion might be able to hold this off. He's like, you know what? I don't think you got it. I don't think you have a Shadow Word Death.
Oh, and he does.
Have a Shadow Word Death. But again, he's gonna get the Ashbringer out of this. So a ton of damage going to be applied still here from Chakki. really putting on the heat.
Yeah. Can he even actually really live? I mean, it's like, okay, you can put a 1/1 in, or how can you
Well,
even
he
actually
can
do this?
clear
You can do
on.
1/1s into 3/3, the 2/3 in, and then Holy Nova. I guess that's what you have to
Yeah,
do.
he's gonna have to smite afterwards too.
Yeah, and then you have to smite the 2/5 as well.
Yep.
But
No,
then,
he could heal himself instead. The
yeah,
whole gonna give him extra health.
I
But
mean, if you smite, then yeah, you can't heal. So then you're
yeah.
seeing at 6 HP and 1 damage kills.
I actually really like attacking this, playing the Northshire Cleric and then Holy Nova to pick up an extra card. You're going to go super low, but you have to draw something to help recover the board position.
Yeah, I think it's definitely an intelligent play. Once again, it's kind of sometimes one of those things we talk about. Playing for the win, right? Instead of just kind of playing the safest thing. He's trying to get some sort of a card that's going to be able to help him turn it around. And Akanai's Circle could be helpful, but the problem is it's like at this point in the game, you can't really afford to not heal yourself.
Yeah. So Chakki's just going to load up his board position here and hope that there's no taunt on that side of the board. Ek0p has got another copy of Sludge Belcher in this deck, I would assume. But he's going to need something like right now, or this is going to be game over, and he doesn't have a way to clear this board, doesn't have a way to heal beyond 5. This is going to be game 2 to Chakki, taking a 2-0 lead over Ek0p, who's going to have his back against the wall, and all he's going to have left is his own Paladin to try to get the job done.
Yeah, he's going to have to win 3 straight against someone who already just won, a couple games in a row, and you have to be looking back at that potential Holy Nova turn earlier. It's pretty brutal. I mean, he's gonna keep trying here, I guess, but he can't even put himself out of weapon range. So there's nothing.
Well, he can continue to draw some more cards.
That's
Actually,
true, yeah. This is smart, not giving up.
I wasn't considering the Wild Pyromancer. Clearing out this board and drawing extra cards here. So, still gonna need a way to heal out of this though. Second card is not gonna do it, but he's got more card draws, though. He can play the second Northshire Cleric here up. This is going to be 2 more cards.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much at this point, needs to draw a Sludge Belcher, right? Like, I don't know what else it would
maybe
even...
maybe he's got Defender of Argus. Maybe he's got another taunt that we don't know about.
Oh,
there's a Sludge Belcher.
Did we speak too soon? Maybe he's going to be able to come back here.
I spoke way too soon here. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God, man. He can actually perhaps recover.
Yeah, no, I think this is the recovery state now at this point.
Wow. Yeah, we were just completely counting him out, but oh my God, man!
Wow, very huge apologies for misspeaking there. I did not realize how many cards he could draw this turn.
Yeah, I know that was wow. He drew what, 4 or 5 cards? Now picks up even the silence.
Oh my gosh!
Just silence up this. Well, wait.
Pilot and Shredder, I imagine, is going to be the one that gets silenced here.
Wait, is he still dead?
Well, I mean, he's still got to draw something else, but
yeah.
Again, he gets to draw so many cards here.
What else is there that you need another? You need Argus or something.
Holy Fire, maybe.
Yeah, Holy Fire could do it. Wonder if he has that in his deck, but it's not something I've been seeing that much. But
if he picks up another Circle of Healing too off this draw, it's going to be even more card draws he gets out of this.
Let's see. Well, and the thing is, he has to heal this, so he has to obviously heal his minion to draw. So he still is kind of praying. He has 2 card draws. Something has to be big here. That's not going to do it. Let's see. Nope. That's...
Whoa!
Oh, you're kidding me!
It is going to do it!
God,
Another card draw! Oh my gosh! Ek0p has completely turned this game around now. He's just outside of Consecration range, except for the fact that Chakki has Muster for battle, so this might be a do-or-die turn here for Chakki. He's going to need to draw something to deal 2 extra damage right now.
Oh, we can't see the hand. It's lagged out. Oh, no. What did he draw? Oh, no. Oh, man. That is insane. I can't believe it. I can't believe Harrison, man, to keep him alive. Ridiculous. He's...
Oh my gosh, we've lost a beat on Chakki's side of the board. Both players, it appears, have been disconnected. This is a terrible strategy to fail on us.
Oh God, man, I want to know what he drew so bad. I don't know if I hope they didn't actually go offline. But we'll let you guys know what went down as soon as we find out. I'm not sure if the game's being played out or what.
Yeah, this is part of spectator mode. It just came out. Obviously there's going to be a few bugs, and anytime you release a new mode like this in kind of any game, so really unfortunate we've lost the feed at this point, but we're going to get it back up as soon as we can. Wow, I was counting the chickens before they'd hatched, man. But
Yeah.
Chakki is the one who needs to draw the card at this point. It was just a turn ago. It was EK0p.
Well, 2 turns in a row, he needed to be the one who drew it.
There's Defender of Argus, so
But
a little bit
is there, man.
here. But Holy Nova, yeah, like you said, Holy Nova's going to clear out this board. He's going to pick up more cards in the process. He's actually, how many cards does he have left in his deck? He's getting really low at this point. He's just drawn a ton of cards. So we're going to take a look at how many cards. He's going to have to start sacrificing his Northshire Clerics pretty soon. 3 cards left, so this might be the turn to actually both of these Northshires get sacked, because something else he's got to think about is heading too deep into fatigue at this point. So really good job of sacrificing Northshire Clerics here, and then wow, look at this damage. If Chakki cannot fight through this, which after a Lotheb he might not be able to, he's going to heal back up instead. Yep.
He's saying, what do you have that can deal that much damage? I don't think there's anything.
I don't think there's anything that deals 5 damage in Paladin. He could get like a Venting Wrath and just a bunch of missiles to face.
Yeah, but I've never seen that in this deck list. Have you?
I've never seen it. I'm just trying to think of potential things that could be happening here.
And even still, that would be crazy RNG.
Wow.
With
and
4 minions
just
down.
like that, wow. Apologies for counting EK0p out of this game. I didn't see a way he was recovering, and apparently drawing a million cards and playing all the taunts in the world and then blowing up your opponent's board. Get a way to do that.
And drawing Harrison, man. You can't forget the Harrison. It's like he literally needed such a crazy combination of cards, and he was able to get it. He's able to get everything, and I think this is going to be it for Chakki. Yet Aldar Peacekeeper's not going to do it. And
wow.
Oh my god, man. I can't believe that comeback by EK0p. What a game.
This is what happens when you draw this many cards, though. Northshire Cleric really a lot of playing a huge support role here, picking up everything he needed. Like you said, EK0p's down to 3 cards in his deck at this point, so it's really good stuff. Light Bomb is actually in this deck too.
Yeah.
So, that's another potential answer that was in this deck. So Chakki, we're going to see what he loads up. He's got Hunter and Druid to go with. I'm curious to see if Hunter is the one that he's been playing with a lot, or if it's maybe something else he's cooked up. Again, this is a guy who really, really knows his Hunter stuff. Real understanding, metagame adjustments it's got to make.
Well, it looks like it's Druid, actually.
Yeah, he's going to go with Druid in this one. I really want to see that Hunter deck, but I don't blame him for keeping it hidden in this spot. I think Druid is a fantastic matchup versus Priest, especially when you've seen a Harrison Jones in your opponent's deck. But he didn't see Light Bomb, though, and so I would expect him to extend it into Light Bomb very often, so a lot of potential value that's going to be had here. Innervate gets picked up straight away. This is going to be turn 1 Innervate Shade, but again, this is a card that if it doesn't get unleashed too early can be potentially checked by Life Bomb. Light Bomb.
Definitely.
I keep calling it Life Bomb for some reason.
Light Bomb is actually a really good answer to the Paladin stuff, too, because I was thinking, if you muster Quartermaster, right, it's like, it answers all the tokens, so pretty strong. And having these Innervate turns early can be great, but sometimes you end up with kind of a dead hand. And he is going to pick up Spectral Knights. That's definitely something. But it's like sometimes when you have the turns with like Innervates and Wild Growths and stuff early, look, he only has 2 cards on his hand. One of them is a spell. So if you continue to draw into spells, it can be kind of rough. And I actually think this is a pretty smart choice. Maybe just taking that out. It's not really going to work out for him with the Holy Smite, unfortunately. But
yeah, I think I would have favored saving the Shade there. For quite a while. The matter is because he doesn't have a turn 4 play. Like if he had if he'd picked up a Chill One Yeti instead of a Spectral Knight, I think I like attacking there. But unleashing it a little bit early can come back to bite you in a situation like this, where now he's giving his opponent a chance to play something like a Dark Cultist, and then hope to follow that up really strong. And just fortunately for him, EK0p doesn't have that. And then on the back of this Wild Growth, this is the reason why Innervate and Wild Growth starts are so powerful. It's not because you accelerate into what you have. It's because you have such a high draw density in your deck that you expect to draw 4 and 5 drops and 6 drops and 7 drops, etc., and really kind of scale into this later stages of the game to get everything done. Just right here, almost every draw in his deck is powerful at this point. Druid of the Claw, certainly no exception to that. And this is a matchup where I'd like to see him taunt it sometimes to play around Alkanai Circle, but he's just going to favor for damage here. And when you have 2 copies of Savage Roar in your hand, can't blame him for that. Swipe got picked up, though.
Oh my god.
This is going to be checked. This is going to be checked this turn. But
Yeah.
Spectral Knight still, I mean, this is a massive board presence from this Spectral Knight. It's going to do so much work in this. He's got Ancient Allure to follow this. Fuel back
Keeper's
up.
not too bad either.
Yeah, it's not. It's certainly in a position like this too, but you know, just again, these card draws and 9 power on the board now. There's no Shadow Word Death in E0p's hand. Shadow Madness isn't able to be utilized right now. He's got Circle, but he doesn't have Arcanine to go with it. A lot of cards in his hand, but they really don't do anything right now.
Yeah, he can't be too happy about those card draws, man. He's basically just drawing all those spells in his deck. I mean, he definitely just won minions at this point. It's going to be the Harrison coming down to challenge the board, it looks like. Which I think is, pretty reasonable. Keeper, okay, well, could be Keeper.
I mean, this is looking like 21 points of damage to me.
Yeah, that would kind of surprise me if he Keepers.
I bet if it's Keeper, it's going to be Coin Dark Cultist as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, is that?
But
yeah,
this is-
Double
this is-
Savage Roar is.
12 plus 9. I mean, this looks like lethal to me next turn from
Oh my
Chakki. It's
God.
22 points of damage.
It's a lethal that's extremely hard to expect.
Yeah, I'm certainly not thinking about Double Savage Roar. Like, I don't think he has any way to ever play around Double Savage
No.
Roar without a taunt.
I don't think there's anything he could really do here to think about that. But yeah, I think you're right. It's crazy. And it is going to be Coin Dark Cultist, and that's going to be the game, and out of nowhere. Oh my God.
Wild Growth and Innervate starts are no joke, man.
Well,
And
let's
this
make
is
sure he
really
sees
no
it.
exception. Yep. Right. If there's one player that's going to see it, I expect it to be Chakki. How much damage can I deal this turn? Enough!
Well, that's going to be it, man. 8, 9, added up. It's another 5 damage coming in. That is going to be the game. That is going to be the series 3-1 for Chakki over E0p. It was almost a clean sweep, but E0p with an amazing comeback on the Priest there in last game. Really something special, I think that game was. But, man, we're getting some wow. What? Was that not 2 wins with the Paladin? Are we both totally confused?
Did we just assume that he had won? No, yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Remember, E0p won that game versus Paladin with Priest.
Oh yeah, yeah. We just
Oh my
counted
gosh.
that. Wow, we're actually really dumb.
Yep.
That's crazy. Okay, so it is 2-1. Disregard everything. Oh wow, Innervate Keeper gonna
Wow.
come.
I'm once again embarrassed. I'm thinking about the match where I just called it too early.
Yeah,
My gosh.
Wow, that's kind of bad. But anyway, moving forward, definitely nice start.
He's definitely living to fight another day.
Yeah, he is certainly living to fight another day.
Today's that day.
Wow.
This game is that day. Happens to all of us.
Yeah.
True Silver Champion. Pretty nice answer to this Keeper of the Grove. And certainly going to threaten the next minion that comes out as well. But Chakki's hand not short on threats whatsoever.
No, it's definitely really nice. I like. How do you feel about piloted Sky Golem? I mean, it seems like such a strong card to me. It's definitely not nearly as common as a piloted Shredder, but
yeah, I like taunting up the Druid of the Claw here. I think this is one of the few matchups where taunting is almost strictly superior to charging it, and True Silver Champion is the reason why.
Yeah, of course. No, I agree. I was just wondering how you felt about just playing the piloted the piloted Sky Golem into it instead. Coining that out.
I think I like saving the coin instead. He's already got Savage Roar. Like maybe he can have it a turn early and push from there. I actually like that he's taking out this Harrison Jones instead. Sometimes this is going to bite him. We see Argent Squire in.
Oh wow! If he gets
in
this
Eco's deck.
juggle.
So I expect Blood Knight to also be in here as well. Gets the juggle, so True Silver Champion going to check this pilot Sky Golem as well.
That is brutal. That is such a brutal turnaround, man. Not getting the death rattle, losing out your minion instantly like that to the True Silver Champion. That is just such a rough turn of events for Chakki.
And Annoyatron certainly living up to its name in this spot. I don't like Swipe here because you're just you're not developing anything, but I don't really like any of his options here. He's just going to go ahead and Black Knight this Annoyatron and not like the best value you can get out of something like that. Looking for a juggle here though is E0p. Misses both of them, so he's going to have to sacrifice this Owl to clean up this Black Knight instead. Pretty unfortunate that he's missed 2 juggles on this, but
Yeah, it definitely is. But I think fair is fair with the juggle that he hit on, in the last turn.
on the 4-1, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That
Win
was
some, lose some.
huge. Yep.
Another Anoyatron is on the board, by the way. So we're really behind on Chakki's side of this game. So again, spectator mode's been a little bit disconnected. We'll have this feedback up for you guys as soon as we can. So
yeah, I was super confused when I saw Black Knight again.
Yeah,
I was
like, I don't know how Black Knight got to the left side of his hand again, but I'm guessing it's because of a disconnect. So you're just gonna hero power, play up this piloted Sky Golem, and I'm actually really surprised he didn't choose to take out this Argent Squire shield, because when you see Argent Squire and Anoyatron, you have to assume there's Blood Knights in this list.
Blood Knights, yeah. It is something that's a little bit risky, and I mean, he had the ability. Oh, not bad.
3/5 Wailing Soul is gonna need a juggle to check that. At the same time though, he's taking out the 1/1 because he's thinking about Quartermaster. Yeah. So I think Quartermaster is a card that's it's in there.
He had swipe in his hand, did he not? I mean, not worrying about the juggle, because I believe he had swipe, and swipe would have dealt with the Knife Juggler, the Divine Shield, would have dealt with everything. I mean,
just the point is he wants to make sure that he's developing the board. I think developing the board is a higher priority than clearing out your opponents. Just because you're the one who's having to actually apply the pressure to your opponent. You're gonna win the long game, I think, a little bit less until you hit your combo potential. So just getting your minions down and applying pressure to your opponent's side of the board is a scary spot to be in. I mean, you look at the way this board position's going right now, Ek0p has to be worried about Force Nature Savage Roar, so he's the one who's basically always on the defensive for the rest of this match, and that's the kind of position you want to put your opponent in with development. You're playing defensively by playing aggressively almost. A lot of people say the best defense is a good offense, and I don't think this is any exception to that rule.
No, certainly not. I mean, pretty nice Quartermaster turn, to be honest with you. Interesting, yeah. I like this a lot more. At first, I thought he was going to trade. I like the Loatheb going into the Wailing Soul and the 3/3 into the 4/3 first to see what he draws from that.
Yep. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
What if there was what if he picked up something like? I don't think he wants to attack the Pilot Destroyer this turn, because if he picks up something like Doomsayer or Explosive Sheep, he's going to be able to clear out the board really well. So, I think leaving out the Pilot Destroyer probably one of his better courses of action. No combo on Chakki's side of the board, and he has the Creparian coin in his hand.
Well, he could still get it because he would be able to coin into it if he does draw it.
Oh, you're right, because he does have the Creparian coin.
Yeah. So I mean, if he actually gets it, he has combo and he has the game. If he doesn't get it,
Lay on Hand's going to be coming out next turn and putting him out of reach for this. Yeah. So I think this is one of those spots where Chakki has really got to look at what he's got and figure out how he best applies this pressure. I would like to see this Pilot Destroyer just go straight for the dome and really keep up the heat. He's got Shade X Ramus. This Pilot Destroyer, it's going to die a lot anyway, but cycling Wrath, I don't have an opposition to that first and see what you pick up.
Yeah, exactly. I like that quite a bit. I mean, and it's also kind of like a question of, oh wow, he's going to do it into the Dip Shield. That's not something I expected. Okay.
Yeah.
Force of Natures. Wow.
This is certainly going to spell the aggression for Chakki at this point. I mean, you got to smell blood now.
Yeah, certainly. Shade's going to come down, and now, I mean, there is the Lay on Hand, so I mean, there is a big heal that can come out here, and wow, Quartermaster is going to give him a pretty big body, but he's not going to be able to use it. He has to heal himself up, and
you're going to have to go Lay on Hands here. I don't really think there's any other option here.
No, certainly isn't. But Anoyatron. Wow, that is a big draw there. It's like the only 2 taunt minion that's played in the game. 1/4.
It's Nerubian Web Lord. Imagine if Divine Shield was a battle cry instead.
Yeah, exactly. You just can't play it. That's I was thinking about that.
This actually still is a lot of damage though, from Chakki's board position. Swipe's going to be able to help clear the stuff out, and move forward. So Ek0p not out of the water yet.
No, he certainly isn't. Just kept him alive that turn. We'll see what the draw is going to be.
Yeah, you can't attack that Shade, unfortunately. That's stealth.
Job's done.
Certainly would like to be able to.
Wow, really want to.
I think you just Ancient Allure here. See what you get.
Yeah.
Point swipe.
Oh yeah.
It's a really nice turn.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just Kool-Aid Man.
It's your response now.
Kool-Aid Man just bursts through the board right now.
Really compelling casting there. Oh yeah. to everything. All right, so it's going to be the coin swipe, I do believe. And out it comes.
Shade almost certainly getting unstealth this turn, by the way. Yep. And this is, again, just another board position where Ek0p has to check everything, and the Nerubian Weblord actually
being really obnoxious. Yeah.
it's preventing him from making one extra token this turn.
Yeah. Okay, now it's not. He's gonna take it out.
But that's an extra damage he dealt now.
It's true. It's got that value. It's got that one damage
is
value.
Actually just lethal?
It is lethal. Yep, that's game.
Wow. 14. Yep, that's definitely lethal. That's way more than lethal, actually.
Yep, that is gonna do it for Chakki. And
it's actually gonna do it this time.
This time we promise.
Yeah.
Pinky swear. Pinky swear it'll do it. Savagor comes out, and yeah, I do apologize about that. We don't actually have the scores on our overlay. Part of it's cut off, and just both of us completely spaced out. I just, in my head, tallied the score when I thought that pre-scheme was over. So, anyway.
I made it sound like that pre-scheme was really over.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. Yep.
It was all a lie. It was all a lie. But now we saw into the future, and it is going to be a 3-1